Live. Okay. Everybody sees us. Okay, here we go.
Good morning. Welcome to Phoenix Business Exchange, a Bell's Corners edition. December 1st. What happened? Where'd the year go? Yeah,
I
2025, just rolling like a steamroller. And we're going to start off with the educational minute with Tony. Tony, over to you, sir.
well, thanks, Bernie. One of the things I found was interesting is I caught an interview with one of the guest speakers, and he did some work on the like attraction. And one of the things he found is that and I didn't know this, that almost 80% of the people that win lotteries go broke. 80% of the people that have won anything more than $500,000 or more, 80% of them end up going broke. And they found out that the reason is that they're not used to having money. It's not in their energy. There was always in that struggle. There were always had in their words, they always had the vibration of poverty. In other words, they were used to going from basically at the end of the month just having just enough to basically make it. Sometimes they'd have to not pay a bill. Sometimes they'd have to look into refinancing, and that is in their energy. In other words, when they finally get money, none of that you would think would have any bearing, but it did. They still ended up borrowing money even though they had money because of habit. And that just sort of blew me away because in their energy, they're just used to always being behind. And in a very short time, because their energy wasn't able to hold on to that wealth, they lost it. They were scammed. They attracted people out of the woodwork. You know, we can only, this is where maybe family members come out of the woodwork. He says, "Oh, I haven't seen you in 20 years. How you doing?" Because they found out now they have money. And they were always trying to help people. Like their heart was in the right place, but all of it has something to do with seepage. In feng shui, this is a big thing because when you have that energy of just constantly being behind, in other words, you never had the possibility that you were ever going to catch up, then that is in the matrix of your home. And so in some of these places, I mean, people have lived in their home for 10, 15, 20 years or more and ended up, they never really spent that money on another home, let's say investment. They have no idea what an investment is. They attracted people that said that it was going to be investment only to find out that it didn't pan out, went sideways. And this is what happens is that when we have this in our energy, we attract actually people that will take money from us. I know it makes no sense, but from a vibrational point of view, you're not meant to have money. So, how do we make this shift in our business? Realize that when we have any kind of sales, whatever sales you have right now is what you're open to. Clear and simple. If you are open to having 4 times the sales coming in that you're presently having, and you're actually surprised where you are, those people tend to have just more growth. And when something like a windfall happens, they know what to do with it. And so there's no seepage. In other words, you don't have more money than you think you earned. And that brought up a brand new set of aspects in this, because when you think you have to earn the money, that's when you start falling back. Because all of a sudden, if you're given $1 million in your energy, you think, well, I haven't earned that, and that's just enough to bring this seepage and this drainage out of your wealth. You have to stop thinking that you're earning anything. You have to start thinking that this is what I deserve. This is what I'm attracting. This is where I am supposed to be. You got to get away from the per hour or whatever money you've earned, because it isn't earning. Where you are right now, you're not earning any money. And I know it sounds like, well, we do work hard, we do put in the hours. That's true. But it is a mindset shift when we look at how much did I make today? how much did I earn? We got to get away from that, because it will always be that your services are then equivalent to the time we put in. And it has nothing to do with time. It has nothing to do with what you do. It has to do with what you are attracting, what frequency that you are on. I actually see my sales 10 times and I'm still okay with it. I can see my sales being 20, 30 times where I am right now, and I'm okay with it. I know I'm going to have to hire more people to mitigate the administration part, but I am totally open for it. So when that happens, and it's going to be a when, it won't be a surprise. It'll be good. Oh, great, it's here. What took you so long? You know, that's the kind of shifts that we need to have. And we got to get away from earning. We got to get away from, I've worked so hard. Boy, you have no idea how hard I've worked. And if that is the way that you are thinking, then when you don't receive the type of money that you're getting, then all of a sudden there's a small windfall. Then you could say, great, I have really suffered for this, and that means that I've earned it. But what if you get $1 million or more? Okay, that might be a total shift. And this is what they found, is when people realized that they were in these mindsets where they had to earn money. They figured that they're not used to having money. But that shift was just enough for them to lose it. So what this means is that the biggest question there is that how did they win the money in the first place? If we are attracting what we're attracting, how come people that have no money all of a sudden get money? Well, the main thing there is that we, as humans, there are times where the energies want to test us. And they want to see if you're actually ready. Because the people, you ask for people of what they want. What would be the biggest thing that you would want? And in many studies, 7 out of 10 people, when they asked them on the sidewalk, what do you want? The first thing they would say is, I'd like to have $1 million. 7 out of 10 people said they think that money is the obstacle. And when they get money, all of a sudden, it really never was an obstacle. It was always, well, I've got to, there's other things that come into play. Well, what if the family takes hold of it, and whatever the case is, there's so many dynamics to this that the end result is stop thinking you're earning money, thinking that you are attracting what you're putting out. So you're putting stuff out into the universe. When that comes back, it is what it is. Whether it's a button or a castle, it's the same energy. It really is. So it's not about earning, because that's the way we've been taught to think. Because as long as we are taught to think that we are earning money by the hour or by the job, we're always going to be in that loop. Always think that whatever I'm getting is what I'm attracting. And then when it finally comes, the earning energy doesn't get in, meaning that you'll have a better time in hanging on to it. So the 20% of the people that were that didn't get broke, madly enough, they had money already. Several people already had hotels. They had several investments already in the millions of dollars, and they win more money. So of course they're going to be able to keep it because they're used to having it. So the 80% that's not used to it, this is where it's in. So get into the form of you are attracting what you're getting. Get the earning of it out of there. Okay, back to you, Bernie.
Hey, Tony, thank you so much. And folks, so we're just going to go through a quick screen share. And let's see if you recognize this character that's going to show up on the top as the member of the week. And hey, look at that, Lord Tender, it's Tony.
Oh my God.
There we go again. I'm also going to post in the chat of the LinkedIn live feed. So if you're looking from the outside in, click here. This is the Monday morning, 8 to 9 Eastern Standard Time, Bell's Corners group. Wednesday morning, East End group. Thursday morning, the South End group. And December 2nd, the After Hours group is meeting. I think that's tomorrow. Hey, time floats fast. hosted by Penny Lee. East Trade Winds is meeting for the next couple of weeks, and it'll go on hiatus over the Christmas holidays. And then Facebook meditation classes with Tony, December 5th, 1:30. Sunbathing event with Tony on December 17th. Penley's got the dance and movement is medicine with Nia classes. There's a host of them, some in person, some live, or a mix. Maybe a mix. Who knows? Friends Friday potluck. That's in person, definitely. December 12th. Bring food. 6:30 p.m. Directory for all the members that are here. Hey, you know what? It's December 1st. If you are a Phoenix member, forward your stats to Tony. What did you spend on different spaces over the last couple of weeks, or last month, I should say? And I'm going to stop my share there, because normally I would go to the educational minute. Instead, I will swing over and I'll go, hey, you there. And looking at Jacqueline, she looks like she's poised and ready. Jacqueline, tell us what's happening, and then we will go to Shane, who's probably strolling in the warm air outside. Go ahead, Jacqueline.
Perfect. Are you able to hear me? I hope so.
Yes. You're good.
So I did, again, take a beautiful long deep breath. First, I looked out the window and I saw there's a whole lot of white stuff on my sidewalk, and I need to do some shoveling. And that's okay. That's okay, because Mother Nature tells us what we need to know. While I'm looking outside, I'm thinking about a gentleman named Wallace Walter. And he is a gentleman who wrote a book called The Science of Getting Rich. And I thought it was kind of interesting Tony was talking about that, because in his book, he emphasized the power of positive thinking. He emphasized creative visualization. If you want it, see it, believe it. And the importance of acting a certain way to achieve wealth and success. And Tony touched on that, saying, you need to see it to believe it. I coach for clarity, not correction, because most people don't need fixing. They just need space to reconnect with their inner wisdom. And sometimes that encompasses stretching your savings, aligning your wealth with mortgage money, and maybe a little yoga. And with your yoga for your personal finances, that's healthy thought process. When you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money, stretching the savings, you want to contact your mortgage honey.
Any BAMS referrals, ma'am?
Just Tuesday with you. I had and Friday with Tony, and I've got some BAMs coming up. And again, I will say again, thank you, Carolee, for that that Zoom that we did. And I learned so much. I appreciate it. And I will be in Canada at some moment in time. I'm supposed to be there this weekend. So thank you.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. If you know someone that's a tow operator, automotive or truck, let them know that we're looking for that type of person to be part of the membership. Mr. Shane, and then we will go to Kelly. Go ahead, Shane.
Hey guys, Proaction Health and Performance. Shane here. Just want to talk about it a little bit, like Tony said, about intention. I have a patient who basically, hold on, truck coming. There we go.
That's not a tow truck, right?
Anyways, I just want to talk a little about, persistent intention, right? So got a patient that comes in. She's got all these things diagnosed: Eagle syndrome, Griesel's syndrome, all those different things. She's like, can you help me? I'm like, can you help yourself? And one of those things is being positive about your outcome. She's always like, oh, I have an x-ray. Is this a calcium deposit that's causing my pain? I had a friend who had a calcium deposit. Don't worry about that stuff. Worry about what I'm doing. I'm going to get you better from what I can do. And you have to be positive going, I can control this. Our minds are so powerful that, a lot of times we create our own pain or make it worse. So we get in the help. We got a plan. That's the focus on. If you focus on every little thing that's going wrong or whatever, you're going to bring that to your life, right, Tony? That vibration is going to come to you and you're not going to heal. I can't do everything in 20 minutes, half an hour. You can't do everything in your life sometimes. But you have a lot more time on yourself. So you need to practice on being good for yourself. So remember that type. And she's dealing with TOS, which is basically compression of the nerves from like a scar tissue or muscle or ligament, even sometimes the first rib. And she, she likes the diagnosis, but at the same time, she looks for something else. Don't look for something else. Fix what you can and go from there, guys. Be positive. Thank you, Tony, for your vibration stuff like that. Bring the attentions, and I'm going to earn 30% more. All right. Thanks, guys. I'm ProAction Health and Performance. Shane here. Have a lovely outdoor day. Okay. Look at the beautifulness back here. All right. Have a good one, guys. Drive safe.
Take care, Shane. And quick promo is hey, Cat Heard, and she can. So the echo sounds coming from Kelly's computer. Yeah, that's, if you notice, Sam responded too. I'll make this quick. Cat Heard, social media, content. Kelly, over to you.
I just want to do an audio check. Am I good?
Oh, your sounds good. I'm hearing myself the second time. You're getting the Swiss Alps.
Okay. I'm okay to go then. And I'll keep myself on mute moving forward just to eliminate that echo. So, okay, great. I am loving this this topic that we're on, and I think I'm just going to keep the ball rolling when we're talking about intention and positivity and like mindset. So my name is Kelly Harrigan. I'm an Ottawa and Toronto-based realtor, and I specialize in concierge level service. What does that mean? Well, that means that I am going to help you navigate this process from tip to tail, from beginning to end, and every single detail. I've got a wealth of experience, so we, at this point in time, we know what little details need handling, and a concierge doesn't overwhelm you, doesn't flood the zone. Concierge allows one step to proceed, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. So the experience of the client is gentle. So that's usually the aim. Sometimes moving is distressing, so we try to keep the distress down. But really and truly, we tell our clients that you're the ship, we're the compass. I'm the compass. The clients are the ones who are deciding the destination. They're guiding the course. We don't know necessarily exactly where they're going to land, but with the right mindset, the right strategy, my responsibility, we'll do strategy, we'll do the grounded experience, the expertise, complexity of the market, all of these things. These balls are in my court. The only real job of the client is to stay in touch, give me great communication, and try to steer their mental ship. So I like this visualizing a positive outcome. When a client is really ready to go, I promise you every single time the right house, condo, item moves along, buyer, seller. It always happens. 100% success rate. Sometimes we just have to wait it out a little bit, but really and truly, I have a 100% success rate. We always sell or / buy the right place, and the client satisfaction is amazing. Usually because my clients and my team's clients, we end up cultivating a beautiful relationship with the clients, and we get them to really tell us what's below the goal. So there's, like Tony said, there's many layers and many complex factors involved in buying and selling and attracting. So really and truly, we kind of get to the bottom of what the goal is, what the desire is, what the purpose is, what the function is, and we just get there in the end. So for myself, one BAM this week. Tony and I spoke. I think that was this week. I had a few lined up. I'm having to pivot during this week coming up from December 1st to 7th, but I'll make up the BAMs. I will get seated face to face with my beautiful colleagues. Jacqueline, you're on the list. Sam, you're on the list for a little card check-in. I promise you that. And Carol Lee, you're also on the list, unbeknownst to you, perhaps. I will get to. I'm really looking forward to having a face-to-face with everyone. And that's it for me.
Thank you, Kelly. Next quick promo is Mike Wazowski. He will do a stand-in for you. Not comic relief, but he will come in and stand in for you if you can't make a meeting and act on your behalf. We'll hit Sam and then swing over to Carol Lee. Sam, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bernie. Good morning, everyone. SamStairsConnectedCars.ca. There's my contact information in the chat. I changed my name there on the label to Dashcam Sam because that's a handle I use often because I do a lot of dash cameras. And dash cameras are a great present for Christmas, but don't just run out there and buy any dash camera. Often people come to me afterwards and say, can you hook up this dash camera for me that I bought for my wife or whatever? And I would be honest and tell them, you might as well not install it. It's not going to work well. It's not made properly. It's not going to read the license plates of the vehicles that you need to. But I mean, I will install it if you insist, but don't just run out there. It's very important to do the homework or come to somebody like me who has some experience in installing these things and testing them out because the lenses have to be of good quality to read those things. I mentioned license plates, the car that has or hits you or you hit them. Also, day and nighttime vision is important. And one thing that I always recommend is parking mode, which is when the dash camera comes on, if somebody hits you in a parking lot when your car is off, when your car is not shut down. It's a very important feature that I recommend each person have. And one thing, my cousin just texted me last night. He's thinking of upgrading the one he has because the one he bought does not have parking mode. And I recommended he get one, so that's one thing you need to. And you need the voltage to come on. The dash camera has to come on. If you plug it into your USB port in your car, that is not going to work when your car is off. So it needs to go right to the fuse panel of the car. So things like that are important when you buy a dash camera. Again, they're a great present at Christmas time, but don't buy one that's just going to be returned afterwards. You're wasting your money and wasting your time. Come to somebody that knows a little bit about them beforehand. That's it for me, Sam Sturs, ConnectedCars.ca. Today's mobile electronics about the cost of a new vehicle and a heck of a lot more.
Yeah, Shane, Sam, thank you. It starts with an S. I got it. The first letter, right? My apologies. And by the way, I happened to be shopping one day and I thought, hey, that looked like a great deal for a dash cam. I took a photo of it, sent it to Sam going, what do you think? Because the price point was like $129. And he says, didn't have the parking mode. Don't. So I didn't. And Kara Lee. Oh yeah, next thing. East Trade Winds. Yeah, that's the link for East Trade Winds. Kara Lee, over to you, and then Kat.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Hopefully everyone's going to have a great week this week. And I love that we've started our talk today about positive thoughts and mindset. And that's really important for all of us here this week, especially those of us in my world, in the nonprofit world, because tomorrow is a really big day for many nonprofits across the country. It's Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is this global phenomenon about donating to charities and giving back, and I know all of us in the food bank world are really hoping for a successful Giving Tuesday. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We're seeing record number of people needing help, and we really feel it this holiday season. So if you are into Giving Tuesday, please think about your local food bank, the Canada Food Cupboard, or any charity that needs support this time of the year. And wishing you all a great week. I'm going to add in the chat our link for the Canada Food Cupboard if you're interested in giving tomorrow. Have a great week, everybody.
Kara Lee, thank you so much. And you know what, Kat, I realize you're presenting today. Actually, Tony reminded me, nudge, nudge. Next thing we're looking for is a home appraiser. So if you know someone, have them reach out to Penny Lee. Tony, over to you, sir. Oh, Tony, silence is beautiful, but not now.
Yeah, okay, here we go. I got to put on my protective eyes. These aren't actually glasses. They're just protective for the screen. I got my eyes done a number of weeks ago, and it's just amazing. I can see so much, like I'm 20. So I'm always giddy. I'm always in orbit. So Tony Jennis from Higher Self. I am the spirit guy of the group. At this time of year, as for many folks, it's kind of a sad time because this is probably the anniversary of someone that passed away so close to Christmas. And my dad passed away on November the 24th, and it was the hardest thing to be able to open up a gift that he wrapped on Christmas Day. A lot of people are going through that where They're this time of year. It's just sort of the anniversary of, and if you know somebody that's still going through a really tough time with that, have them come and see me. Most times, and this is most times, that their loved one is right beside you, and they have so much to say. They try to do it through our dreams, but we sort of discount it, or we don't remember our dreams and this kind of thing. But they're there. They're just in another room. Like if you had your loved one in the living room beside you, then they went into the kitchen where you don't see them. They're still there. They're just not in the same boat. You can't see them. If someone's on the phone, they're still there. We have a device that we can hear their voices. But we don't see them in front of us. But so many times we equate the fact that we don't see somebody, and so it's such a total loss. And it isn't that way at all. It's just that they're in another, let's say, another realm, another room, and so a lot of times they have a lot to say, and it's amazing how much ground we can cover in an hour or an hour and a half reading. I did one that took over. The lady said, I just need one for 20 minutes. And it was almost 2 hours later that she was finally saying, okay, I think I got it all. Well, this is what happens when you don't look at your email for, 2 years, and you got 14,000 emails and 10,000 are urgent. It takes a while to go through them all, doesn't it? So, but when we check in, and we show you how to do this. As a teacher, I can read it, but the biggest satisfaction for me is that you can read it. You are absolutely able, we're all able to do this. It's just a matter of knowing how, and maybe somebody telling you, hey, you got this. It's in your DNA. It's in everything you've ever done, and it's just it's a simple skill. Kids get it. They get this. They see grandpa or they see grandma, in their bed at the end of the bed and stuff, and they don't think nothing of it. They see angels, unless their parents will say, "Oh, you don't do that. That's just make believe. Don't be so silly," and sort of play it down. And then they start losing that ability because they want to be loved and they don't want to be ostracized. And so they're just going to eventually say, no, I don't see it. And eventually they don't. They just close that part of themselves off until they come to me when they're 40. And then we reignite it and get it going again. So if you know somebody that's really down, this is a great time of year to be able to do that. Now, I also have a very special bracelet that really accentuates this. It's called lithium quartz. It's a very rare quartz in this sense, and it's like a natural antidepressant. It calms your mood when you wear it, usually on the left side, and it calms your mood. It calms all of the things that would create this panic attacks and just things like just worrying about things all the time because you're not sure what's going to happen, and it balances all levels of your energy. So it's a real calming crystal. So we have that among all the other ones that we have, but this is the one I'm really looking at for the next few weeks as people come in for readings and stuff, and they can leave with a crystal or they could get it wherever they like, but we have this stuff. So yeah, Tony Jennis from Higher Self. We are here to raise your spirits. And on the podcast this week, we're going to be talking about separation in our Friday class. In part 2, we talked a little bit about that in part 1 last Friday, but we're going to be talking more about why people can't bring money in because they're being separated, and we'll get explained a little bit of that. Ongoing business with course, Eric Sinego, our accountant. He's our accountant for Phoenix and the other company that I have, and we're going through that. I sent a referral to Shane, and I could give you some details on this. I gave her your phone number because their son has fallen 20 times in hockey. Each time has had a concussion. 20, I've never heard this in my life. I don't know if you, Shane, if you had 20 concussions? I says, okay, when? Anyway, so I says, okay, you got to go see Shane. That he's going through so much because of his injuries and stuff. So I says, Shane's the person to talk to there. Ongoing business with Rahal. Not only with our online thing, but he's doing some extra work for us. And Josh, we got some IT stuff going on. I'm always talking to Kat. She's such a breath of fresh air. Kat, I don't know what I'd do without you. You're amazing. You're awesome. And I did have a chance to talk to Kelly last week or the week before. I'm not sure if I mentioned it last week. Just had a quick talk, and it was nice to be able to reach out to her. So thank you, everybody. And we're just about 23,000 away from the 5 million. So we can't wait for Kelly to sell a house. So back to you, Bernie.
Tony, thank you so much. Last day for this promo. It's the Cyber Monday. It's the Canada Growth Network. Gives you the access to Go High Level and the services attached to it, and that $1 for the first month. For myself, sorry it's all coming out bolded, but apparently the cut and paste is working super hard on me here today. So Creative Insight, we're a business concierge. We cross-connect with folks. Knack for Business podcast, which you already know about, and the Property Wizard podcast, which you already know about. But basically, you can tell I talk to a lot of people and have a good chance to chat. So odds are I can support you in your endeavors. And there's also the East Trade Winds YouTube channel to connect them. I'm going to stop chatting because you know what? Kat's up next. Over to you, Catherine Hurd.
Thank you. It's just I didn't want to get the echo again. So hi everybody. My name's Kat, as you know, and today my business is Phoenix Business Exchange, in the sense of that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. So why am I talking to you about a networking group you're already part of? Well, quite simply because we have social media platforms that I would say the members underutilize. So what I'm looking for is you guys to understand how our social media channels work and how you can be advertising your business on those channels. And as I would say most of you don't do it in this room, I'm going to say that this is a much needed topic for you. So you all do various different things. So I'm going to use Carolee as an example because she uses this service very, very well. So she says, I'm using this event, I'm running this campaign to raise food for the kids to go to school or for the holiday packages, whatever it is she's doing when she did her Santa parade. And what she does is she contacts, it's not usually me, she normally contacts Bernie. And what she says is, I'm doing this event on this date at this time. Okay. She then says, how do you get involved in the event? So there's a location or a registration website, something like that, and a bit of a description. And there's always a graphic. So that then allows me to take that information and to go and post it on our Facebook pages, on our LinkedIn pages, and then get it shared and look to the wider world. The problem I have is that a lot of people don't understand that A, they have to provide me information so that they get seen by the other members. Because if you're somebody like, if I use Kelly as an example this time, Kelly only comes to the Monday group because of the business that she's in. Does that mean that if she has a brand new listing, that she shouldn't be posting or giving us a listing that can then get put onto our Facebook page or our LinkedIn page? No, of course it doesn't. So what it does is it allows, if she shares that information with myself or Bernie or Tony, that then allows that information to be shared with our wider Phoenix group, because we have people that are in the digital group only, people that go to the after hours only that we never see in a meeting. So you've maybe never met them, you maybe don't know what they do. So if we can get your business in front of them, they might buy your product, your service. They may also, if Kelly, using you again, if she's looking for houses that people want to sell as opposed to having a house that people want to buy, we can put that out there. But then you guys, when I've got this posted, you can comment, you can share. And the whole premise is that Everybody wants to buy your products or services. Everybody wants to, and I'm maybe going a little bit far here, everybody wants to donate to the Kanata Food Bank. So why do we not give them that opportunity? So all I need from you guys is you to tell me, what are you doing? What is a product? What is a service? What is a campaign that you've got going on that I can then post on our pages? I can get shared out beyond that and then go into these pages however you want, daily, every other day, weekly, and comment on those posts. Share those posts with your connections, because you've all got services that can be, or products that can be used by people outside of Phoenix. But we don't even tell everybody in Phoenix. So let's start sharing this information. Say, hey, I've got this product. Hey, I've got this service. Tell me a bit about it. Tell me, how do people access it? If it's an event, when is the event? Where is the event? And give me a picture. And that, or if you haven't got a picture, say to me, hey, I don't have a graphic. I need some help to create one. Can you create me something? Absolutely, I can. I will get it put out. You guys can then comment, share it as much as you like. And if, like, I'm going to use Jacqueline now, I like throwing people under the bus today. So Jacqueline sent me content, and seriously, I could have wallpapered an entire room with the amount of information she gave me. And that's not a good thing, because it basically means if you use a lot of words to describe, in her case, it was an event, people aren't going to read it. So what I can absolutely do for you, if you send me screeds of information, I'm going to read it. I'm going to rewrite it in a way that will help to resonate with the audience. And I'll send you it back. Not because I'm refusing to post it. Absolutely, I'll post it. But I'll send you back something that you can then go and post on your social media, in any other groups in your local area that it's relevant to, so that you're getting the maximum amount of coverage possible, if that makes sense. So I feel like I'm lecturing. So tell me, from your perspective, what do you need? How can I use our social media to help you guys? Just unmute yourself and tell me what you got. Anybody? Sam?
Go ahead, Dad.
I've got some videos that I did a little while ago. I think Tony has a few of them there. If you can post those, I'd be grateful.
I can do that, Sam. What I will need from you is, how do you want them to contact you? So that if there's a video, I mean, I don't know what these videos are. So let's say it's changing tires, because you've talked about that recently. Then how do they reach out to you to change tires? So if you can come back and give me that information, absolutely, I can write something and get it put out for you.
My favorite method is text messaging. I don't have
Text
to answer
messages?
the phone, but I get a message, I get a name, I get a phone number, and I call them back when I can.
Okay, that works. Anybody else?
I need buyers and sellers.
Okay. Could you give me more information than that?
Yeah, anyone who's looking to purchase either a first-time home, condo, or a relocation. Someone who's looking, ideally, like the ideal, are individuals or couples who are looking to sell their current home and looking to upgrade or buy a different type of product or two, regardless of the reasoning behind it. Sometimes it's a divorce, sometimes it's a relocation, different job, expansion of the family, death in the family. I'm looking to help support that type of clientele. So
In Ottawa specifically?
ideally, yeah, I'm looking definitely to, I have my sights set on Ottawa now. Trying to wrap up Toronto, although it keeps yanking me back. But let's move forward with the vision of staying in Ottawa and expanding in Ottawa.
Okay.
Probably need to be a bit more specific because it's such a wide. I mean, it's great that it's made very clear that way, but it's our experience, and whenever we do our mastermind, when we get something, choose something very specific, and then you'll get the outer ones anyway. In other words, if it's you want to focus on condos, then just say all about condos, or just downsizing, because I guess there's a lot of that happening, where people are selling the big homes and want to downsize because it's just too big. It's just one person in a 3-bedroom house. I saw the other day a 5-bedroom house. There's one person living in it, and they're living in the kitchen. I know it's because they can't take the stairs. They're living downstairs next to the kitchen, so they need a smaller place, So maybe that something like that, where you're zeroing in on a certain thing.
That's super helpful, Tony. Thank you.
I did take it, Kelly, as more than one post you were requesting, so don't worry.
Yeah, it's so true. And this is what I do: 400 things,
Shane.
Yeah. My thing is about concussion, sports injuries, and just getting organizations to give a talk. Really is what we kind of want to do. See if we can win them with our our personalities, as well as with the kind of quality offers that we give them, and that type of thing. So that's what we're kind of looking for.
Okay, and what area do you want, Shane?
Canada, Stittsville, West Ottawa.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you.
Actually, the referral I sent you, Shane, was a hockey player. He got 20 hits in the head over the period of 4 years or something. And I says, well, Shane is a hockey player. He was. That's what sold them. The fact that you know what you're talking about because you were a player, he says, okay, that's my guy. So
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe that's something you can zero in on. Hey, attention hockey players. I know what it's like. And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So it's,
I super enjoyed treating the hockey players, and my partner Andrew Krepp, and he also played high level hockey too for the Ottawa GGs. So we have a good hockey base and acute injury kind of thing. So we've been really good at doing our sports injuries, and we really enjoy doing them. So to me, it's a no brainer. We can connect with the people a lot because we talk about sports and stuff like that. So it's one of our niches, and if we can push that up and really become more well known, and our branding gets higher up in that kind of area, we're more than happy to help out that community.
Yeah. But what I've also noticed that if a person, like an elderly person, falls and hits their head, we could say, well, these people, they do sports injuries. So if they can do sports, they can take care of you. And there's just so many things that you can, but you're zeroing in on one particular market, but then you get so much more out of that because it's stuff that you do. So
really true. Yep.
That's good.
Thank you.
So what do you need, Kat, from Shane? I guess you need pictures of concussion drawings or something, or what would you need to post something like that?
Yeah, so it would probably be pictures of that, or for example, if you wanted to specifically talk about older people, you might want to use like pictures of older people, or you might want to use pictures of a hockey pitch, or I don't know if pitch is the right word. I'm not a hockey person, or like a putt, or somebody with a hockey stick or something that we can then use to get people's attention.
Yeah. Okay. And do I just send it to Phoenix or Bernie, or who do I send it to?
You can send it to anybody you like. You can send it to me directly. You can send it to Bernie. You can
Kat,
send it to
send it to
Info
Kat.
Phoenix.
All
Apparently
we're
you're sending
doing
it
is
to me.
filtering it. All we're doing is filtering it. If you're sending it to me, send it straight to the source.
All right. Bernie doesn't want my pictures. Okay.
Apparently not.
No, you can send me all the pictures you want, but or just double tap both Kat and I. In which case,
thanks, Bernie. I knew you liked me.
yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Kat and Bernie.
You're welcome.
No problem.
See, it's not so bad being under the bus, is it? No.
Yeah, if you're under the bus, you definitely need Shane.
Oh, yeah.
Kat
Okay,
already
Bernie, I
gets
think I'm
most of
giving it
my.
back to you.
Cat gets most of my social media chats anyhow, so rinse, repeat, rinse, all the above. With that said, our closing quote is: know all the theories, master all the techniques, but as you touch a human soul, just be another human soul. That's from Carl Jung.